Hey guys, Buff from GameBat today, bringing out a video, and today we're going over some more weapons to use if you're just getting back into Warzone. Here for the Verdansk update. If you're like me and haven't played in a while, what are some older weapons from Modern Warfare 2 and 3 you can use, and what are some builds as you're leveling up that you can focus on those weapons to level up and plunder, or just in the game to focus on good weapons from Black Ops 6 also. So we'll go ahead and get into that today. Again, we're trying to get more regular content here, try and get a live stream schedule going. Let me know down below what days you think live streaming would be best. Probably do a weekend live stream. We used to do Sunday, Wednesday, Fridays, I think is what we used to do. I don't know if I'll be doing that, but we might. We'll see. Now that Verdansk is back, I'm pretty excited. So let's go ahead, get into some weapon builds here. So first off, before we get into that, I want to point out, if you're returning to the game and maybe you haven't played since Modern Warfare 2 or 3, or maybe you didn't even play any of those, a good way to unlock things here in Warzone from all three games, Black Ops 6, Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3, if you go to your barracks here and go to challenges. Now, I mentioned this a little bit in last video, but there's more to it. So go to armory, and here you can do, it's going to be on Black Ops 6 right off the bat, so you can do, you can unlock different weapons. This is just via XP by playing Warzone, Plunder, Resurgence, any of that stuff. So you can see here, you can unlock these weapons by just getting XP. And the XP's there, you just got to select it. And then you can only have one active at a time. So that's for Black Ops 6. You have the perk, wild card, attachment, right? Ammo mods, score streaks, etc. Now, if you hit R1 for Legacy, you can do, again, all. You can do different weapons from Modern Warfare 3 and also maybe 2, I believe. No, I think it's maybe just 3 and 3. It's hard to say because you have some of the aftermarket part kits that are available for Modern Warfare 2 weapons that you're able to unlock in here also. So I'm not sure if it's Modern Warfare 2 weapons also, but definitely Modern Warfare 3. You can see here, unlock these weapons, and then you also have different attachments like the aftermarket parts. So I'm going for the 450 conversion kit, or excuse me, the 50 caliber conversion kit, the Beowulf for the M4. Different conversion kits here are all available just by XP. So you can go ahead and do that. Weapons, etc. I was able to unlock a few things there. So definitely take advantage of that. Again, just by getting XP, you can only have one active at a time, but by getting XP, you can unlock those weapons. So let's go ahead and jump into it. I covered some of these weapons the other day, so we're not going to repeat those ones, but I do have some other builds here. First off, a good one. You guys know I love the MCX Verdansk. The Rattler, however, I was doing a lot of testing here. So the Rattler is the M13C. Now, this is the version that fires in 300 Blackout. So if I go to the gunsmith here, there's really no right or wrong build. I'm using a 10-inch barrel on this, though. So we're going to use a red dot sight's fine, but you guys know I like my Leopold hammer sight. So we're going to run the hybrid fire point to give us that 4.3 magnification with a top-mounted delta. Going to run the Knight's Armament suppressor there. Again, the suppressors, a lot of the stats, they made them, so the suppressors just have the same stats across the board. The grips, most of them horizontal, all the vertical grips have the same stats. Horizontal grip have the same stats. So there's no right or wrong suppressor, muzzle attachments, things like that anymore. They're all going to do the same if they're in the same category. We're going to run the 10-inch barrel here. Again, this will just give us damage at range, a little bit better bullet velocity because it is 300 Blackout. We're going to run an operative foregrip. This gives us recoil control and firing, aiming stability. 45-round magazine with 300 Blackout. And those are our 5 attachments. So this thing does a lot faster TTK. Well, not a lot faster, but it does kill faster than the MCX, the M13C, the Verdansk here. So you can see here, if I were to tap, just use this close target. This is the Verdansk, and then we'll switch to the Rattler. So ready? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 to kill to the body. So going to the Rattler here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it's one more shot to kill there. But again, headshots, you're going to get an even bigger bonus there so that you can kill a little bit faster than the Verdansk. Now, the recoil is going to be a little bit different. You're not going to get the same range, but actually, I feel like the Rattler is now a better option than the Verdansk. So you have some pretty significant horizontal recoil there. But again, it does do more damage, as it should be, in a 300 blackout round than the Verdansk does. So the M13C, I think, is actually the better option over the M13B. So you can see the horizontal recoil's pretty insane, but if you use that top mounted delta point, it kind of eliminates it. So that's the M13C or the MCX Rattler chain with 300 blackout. Let's go ahead and back out here, look at some other builds that you can use. Next one is the Spear. So this is the MCX Spear or the M7. This is a Modern Warfare 3 weapon here. This is the weapon that won the NGSW program, firing that 6.8 by 51 millimeter round. So we're running a pretty basic build here. Just going to run the Vortex Optic or the Dragon's Eye. Going to run the Bruin Suppressor, which is the suppressor that comes with the Spear here in the game and in real life. We're going to run the base barrel because the barrel's really, I mean, you can increase you can have a recoil control here on this one. You're not really increasing damage at range with any of these, I don't think. So it doesn't really, you can control recoil a little bit, but you're not increasing damage at range with really any of the barrels now. So I'm using the base barrel, operator foregrip, 30 round mag. You obviously have a 45 rounder if you need that. And then we're going to run the heavy stock. This is going to give us additional recoil control. So the MCX Spear or the M7 won the NGSW program bid. Go ahead and jump in and look at this thing. So it shoots pretty flat. Really good option here, I think, for Warzone. Of course, I missed half those shots, but... So if we look at shots to kill to the armor, again, this is a 6.8 by 51 round. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 9 shots to the chest. Check the head. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So not too bad. And again, it shoots pretty flat. The rate of fire is slow enough that you can kind of counter any recoil. And you can see here, the recoil is going to be straight vertical for the most part. A little bit to the right, but pretty easy to counter that. So that's the MCX Spear, or the M7. And again, a really good option there. Now we'll go down to the, we covered the RM277 the other day. However, I did do some additional testing with this, and it actually does a lot more damage in single fire. So, I mean, I had a different build than this the other day in the video. You guys can check that out. But a recommendation, which is why I have that optic on there, single fire actually cuts the shots to kill down by like 3 or 4 at least. So actually pretty crazy if you just run that in single fire. Next up is the 450 Bushmaster ACR. So this is a pretty fun one, right? The Sidewinder, again, this is chambered to 450 Bushmaster. We're going to run the Schlogger 3.5 optic. Going to run the Cronin SPDR suppressor. Going to run the Tempest Predator barrel for bullet velocity, recoil, gun kick, aiming, idle, sway on this. Operator foregrip, and then I'm running, whoops, it looks like I don't have another attachment, so probably run a laser on that, in that case, or you can run some sort of ammunition. So again, that's the ACR 450 Bushmaster. It's a large caliber hunting round. We did the conversion on this back on Modern Warfare 3, but if we jump into the firing range with this thing, you'll see it is slow rate of fire, but the shots to kill are pretty quick, right? To the body here, ready? 3, 4, 5. Kills in 5 shots. Now, if I were to switch it in the single, also 5 shots. So you're not gaining anything or losing anything with that. Now, it does have a slow rate of fire, but it's pretty easy to control the rounds for the most part at some of these engagement ranges. You get a little bit of horizontal kick there, but again, this thing's gonna, I mean, you're breaking in I think 3 shots, right? 1, 2, 3, and then if we go to the head, 2 shots to break to the head. So the TTK, again, it kind of balances out just because of the slow rate of fire on this. But you can, again, you don't even need to go full auto. You can tap fire it to make it a little bit more controllable. And I think I haven't played with it too much in PvP yet, but I think it's going to be a really good weapon in PvP. At medium ranges, I would say. Close ranges, you're going to lose gunfights all the time, but if you can get distance, you know, like these 25-meter targets here, even out to 50, you know, you can do some damage if you're careful about shot placement. Even this far one, 5 shots even at that range, which is crazy. So 450 Bushmaster ACR is a pretty good weapon. Next up, looking at another one here, I did want to cover this, the AK-107. So this is one of those instances I did one of those challenges that I showed you at the beginning of the video because I didn't have this aftermarket part. So the Jack Requiem turns this into the AK-107, and it unlocks for both the Modern Warfare 2 AK-105 and the 103. So you can make a 107 like I have here, or you can make a 109 with the AK-103. So it's going to give us that counterbalance recoil. So this actually gives it negative recoil, which is actually a little bit daunting. So we're putting that Jack Requiem kit on there. Just a flip sight, suppressor, grip, and a 60-round magazine. I'm also then running the HS50. I'm really, really bad with the HDR. The HS50 is a really good option here. So we're going to run this Mammoth 50 suppressor, the Zang 34 barrel for a damage range, bullet velocity increase, 7-round magazine, laser, and high grain rounds for bullet velocity and damage at range. So let's go ahead and look at those in the firing range here. So the 107. Now, like I said, it has negative recoil. So watch when I shoot, it's going to pull down right away. So we went from chest to legs, right? But, so you really almost need to pull up on this, actually, which is funny. It's just the complete opposite of what you would be used to. But it doesn't really have any horizontal recoil, which is pretty crazy. So this is actually, I think, going to be a good option. I need to play with it more in game to see how it would be. But again, for recoil purposes, again, you just got to get used to that negative recoil that it has there, and you're gonna get shots on target. I mean, it's very accurate. So now the HS50. This base scope on this, you can obviously use a lot of scopes. The scope, or the base scope on the HDR, I'm horrible with, which is why I'm choosing to use this. You also get a better bullet trail with this, so you can kind of see where your rounds are going. But again, it is a very good sniper rifle option because the HDR I'm terrible with, and the zoom on that optic and the crosshairs I can't really see. It's really hard for me to place shots, and I really don't know where my rounds are even going. So the HS50 here, I think, is a very good option outside of that. Now, another sniper, while we're talking about snipers, would be the intervention from Modern Warfare 2, if you happen to have it. So this is another build I was playing with. We're going to run the Raptor optic, which gives us that rangefinder, shadow strike suppressor, 29-inch barrel for max bullet velocity damage at range and stability, 7-round mag, and the laser on that. Whoops, I meant to preview the weapon, and the laser on that. So this is the intervention. Again, another really good option here. This is firing the 408 Chi-Tac, I believe is how you pronounce it, Shay-Tac round. But let's go ahead and look at this one now. This is also, I think, another really good option outside of the HDR. Again, it's not going to be a one shot to the head at any distance, but at least you can see where your rounds are going. So again, the benefit here is I have a rangefinder too for those long range distances on Verdansk. Now, I missed the I missed the headshot on that long target. So let's just, it tells you see where your bullet drop is, even though it didn't line up that time. So it's not really giving me the right range there, which is interesting. Let's see if we can get a one-shot head at that distance. That might not be within range, which would be pretty odd. Let's try it. Nope, so I guess it's not a one-shot even at the 100-meter distance to the head. But, again, at least you can place your shots and see. You can use the rangefinder. Easier to see where your rounds are going. Again, you get that drop indicator, so you actually know kind of what's going on here. Also, if you put explosive rounds on it, I think it would be a one-shot headshot, but it's going to be less accurate. So go ahead and back out. Another loadout here. Someone asked for a good more machine gun option. So the NG7 is a really good one. The NG7 is the Saiken MG38. This is in real life the IWI NG7. So running the TX Havoc optic on this gives us that 4x zoom. We're going to run the Bruin harmonic suppressor. Longer barrel here for bullet velocity and range. Fire and aim stability. Got to run the Cronin WL55 grip. Again, all the grips do pretty much the same, all the vertical ones at least, and these side ones. And then we're going to run a laser. So this is the IWI Israeli NG7, firing 7.62 by 51 millimeter. And this is actually a very, very good light machine gun. I have used this in game a little bit, and very accurate. And again, the high caliber allows it to do a lot of damage. So again, you get the 100-round belt right off the bat. So you can see it's a good gun for sure. I've got a Vector on sling for that. Vector's another good one. SMG-wise for CQC. You know, this is mainly for these like 10 to 15 meter engagements. Not sure why none of those rounds are hitting there. That's weird. Okay. So, NG7 is another really good one. Now, as far as Black Ops 6 guns, I'll cover those in another video. You can see a preview here. AEK, the ASVAL, the VSS. There's some other ones here, but this video is already long enough. I don't want to drag it out any longer. Let me know your thoughts down below. I'll have more builds here coming up. Show you guys. I have some other videos planned here, so we'll get videos every other day, every 2 days, something like that, depending on my schedule. But let me know your thoughts down below. What weapons are you using right now here in Warzone? Let me know down below. Till next time, Buffner Gaming.